I'm the man, yes, sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grind together, we all came from Hunger.
Late ill kid at OneYoungsta, hold it down, bring it that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right Thumbnails. We into some animation, anime, all that good stuff. Hit that thumbs up, go on and subscribe, get them numbers up and all that good stuff. Because your boy's still here. See, they try to take your boy out. You know what I'm saying? One day I might tell you guys the story. I can't tell y'all the story today. There's too much stuff going on. But last week they tried to take your boy out, but your boy said, nah, you ain't gonna take me out like that. Nah, bro, they try to hold me down. You know what I'm saying? But can't no PhD brother hold me down. Scooter schooled me to the game. Now I know my duty. Stay humble, stay low, blow like Hootie. True pimp people, spend no dough on the booty. All right? Now, anyway, what's up? We getting into what if today, guys. We got some awesome folks up in here. Right over here, we got Solar Gray. What's up?
Hey, everybody. How's it going? This is Solar Gray, the cinematic sorcerer, coming at you from the Wizard's Tower in beautiful, sunny, hot for autumn, Southern California. How you guys doing out there from Back in the Deck Productions? It's hot. I feel like Sam Jackson and Do the Right Thing. It's hot.
It's hot. All right, so next up, we got down in the bottom square, the one and only, you know what I'm saying, the pop-up hitting Keith from Blerdish. What's up?
Man, look, y'all, he ain't lying. I'm actually popping up on here while I'm doing a pop-up because my pop-up ain't popping. So I said, let's see.
Oh, man.
So, look, my homie Ground Nose, shout out to Ground Nose. You see this? Thank you for holding it down so I go do this. And speaking of hot, I'm also in the equally, probably just as hot, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's 90 degrees. It was just cooling off. It's already like summertime again. Like you
That's
can see
a moist 90 too.
Yeah, like
that's a sweaty 90.
We already know, man.
Yeah, man. It's hot out there in them streets. Now, we do have one more. We will be getting your boy Hannibal Taboo up in here later on.
Man.
But right now, you know what I'm saying, he's indisposed, fighting the forces of evil. So what we gonna do is keep this joint rolling. We go see. Last week I wasn't here, so we gonna bypass last week. We ain't gonna worry about last week because it was kind of whack anyway. So we ain't even worry about that last week.
You talking about Party Thor?
Talk about waste of time, Thor. I was like, are we gonna get to a point?
Little self-promotion. If you want to hear about Party Thor, check out Blerdish podcast. On my most recent episode, we broke down 2 episodes, so you give you all the Party Thor you need because it was a waste, and it's okay. Sometimes you gotta waste some damn time.
Yeah. So shouts to Justin King, shouts to Brian up in here early, clever little vixen. All y'all, thanks for rolling through. This was What If Ultron Won. This episode is what if Ultron did not get beat down, but instead got the vision body that he wanted, got all the little stones and everything. All right, this is setting the tone of a horrible future for our heroes. I'm gonna throw it to Keith. How'd you feel about this episode in general before we get into it?
I love just about everything about it. I love Hawkeye getting his just desserts. Because I don't really like Jeremy Renner Hawkeye, just for real reasons. Like, I'm tired of. I'm gonna watch the show, but still, be like, yeah, go on, die, go and kill yourself. Good job. But I even like Arnold Zola Pop. Like, I loved it all. Like, because I be sick of Hawkeye and Black Widow. I'm like, these old normies, get them out of here. They weak. All they do is lift weights and shoot guns. Like, we passed that point. But you know, I mean, I'm joking. That's some of y'all favorite people. I don't care. But enjoy them anyway. But still, it was good, man. Like, I love the insanity of it all. And Jeffrey Wright, ultimately, he's the MVP. The Watcher got hands. He just didn't have enough.
The Watcher did, you know what I'm saying? He said, look, don't let the road fool you. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm peace, brother, but I will defend myself.
Like, you know, don't let the road fool you.
The line was, you have no idea you have no idea about my will. And I'm like, oh.
Look, I know you can to it, but don't take the Watcher oath. Is that brother love to keep? He's faithful to his oath.
Yeah.
Take him break that oath to see what happened.
So that was cool. How about you, Mr. Cinematic Sorcerer? How are you feeling about this?
All right. So you know how everybody comes up with all these with alternative titles for what if? Like, what if Peggy Carter became Captain America? Or what if we had the same movie starring somebody else? This is what if Avengers Age of Ultron was aptly named? Because this really was an Age of Ultron. It wasn't a weekend of Ultron throwing an island at the planet. It was an Age of Ultron.
Like, yes.
I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of looking forward to this one. Because of the ending of you know, what if Thor went to college and couldn't get kicked out, or should I say what if Thor starred in a college comedy? But yeah, as soon as the Watcher was like, wait, what? Now I got some problems with this episode. I got one major problem with this episode, which we will talk about later.
Yeah,
but
because we ain't got Hannibal yet, so I want to make sure
what I will say is you know what? I'm with it. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I really did. I gotta disagree with you on the Hawkeye thing. I think people are too hard on him.
I know.
Because, you know, he's a homicidal Batman or the Green Arrow, and I'm cool with that. I loved watching his competence. But in this one, all right, straight up real fact, Vision has always been my favorite Avenger.
Really?
Like, always. Yeah. Okay. Ever since I was a kid, I'm like, I don't know what it is about this guy. It might be his similarity to Spock in Star Trek. It might be his power level, because my favorite cape costume and cape hero is the Martian Manhunter, and
yeah, he's
Vision
essentially the Martian
Manhunter.
Manhunter.
A pastiche, you know.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But watching Vision, do it, like, there are two types of villains that I like. All right, I love He Who Remains, the jovial dude that's just like, well, we all bad guys. Let's stop BSing ourselves. You know, we do bad stuff for good reasons. Come on. And second, I love the bad guy that is just like, what? You don't have to understand that I'm right. I am right. And that's it. There's no the cold and calculating villain. So this version of Vision Ultron, without the snark and without the anger, I'm like, that's what I wanted. That is a universal threat right there. And he's efficient. I laughed at this episode because as soon as he pushed that first domino over and it was go time, Like, he showed up in Asgard, no questions, no warning, No big hologram of Skeletor going, you will kneel. He showed up. He blew the place
Not
up.
you will
He
kneel,
moved
though.
on. I'm like, bruh. this
The Ragnarok rules, man. Like he read like, oh, this is Ragnarok. So let's give them what they want, what they expect.
Exactly. This is like that specific part of the episode was great for me because it answered the questions of all those cynical people out there that are saying, why don't the bad guy just do this? And the answer is because that is where the story will end. Because why doesn't Vision just kill everybody on the planet? Boom, Nate and Natasha, or Natasha and Clint. Why don't they just invade Asgard and blow everything up? Boom. Like every single time I was thinking, if this was a movie about those people, roll credits. Because
and as you can see, it was done kind of quick. Like he went through it kind of quick, and then his, I guess, consciousness or whatever noticed the Watcher, which was cool. Like, okay, let me back up. I do think this episode is cool. There's a couple of things that I'm like, but I will say at the end of this episode, I wanted more. And there's only like a couple of episodes this season that I wanted more of when the episode was done.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of them. So that's a good thing. I'm not too keen on following Natasha and Clint.
No.
I've never thought they were important in the first place. Even from the comics, I never thought they were important. I was never interested in either one of them. And I'm like, they're the only ones left. And I'm like, I know they wrote it in a way where they would be the only ones left, but let's be for real. Let's be for really real. The only ones left would probably be more likely something like maybe like Black Panther and Thor or something like that. And instead of like
Clint Natasha.
I can see, but we did get to see Captain Marvel. She came through out the blue. She did what she could, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that I did, Justin King said, y'all are haters. Remember in the Ultron comics, it was Captain America and Natasha. I don't care about the comics. This is an adaptation.
Sure.
This is a completely different. This is a completely different medium.
I don't care about.
This is a completely different medium. We are following the MCU.
I'm gonna hold you to that a little bit later when I bring up what my problem is.
Well, because here's the thing. If we're gonna talk about the comics, then we gotta do time travel. We gotta bring in like Wolverine. We gotta do all this. We can't do a 1-to-1. And then even in that case, Captain America is like 2 or 3 times as cool as Hawkeye is.
As cool, yes, but I can tell you, I'm kind of going through. Look, I'm going through a little bit of apocalypse fatigue, because of all the apocalypses that I've watched. But one thing I gotta say, and your opinion on it actually brings me to a bigger question within superhero narratives. But with my apocalypse fatigue, one thing I have to say is when everything blows up, the people that are left aren't always the coolest. It tends to be the most scrappy, the sneakiest, or reflecting on comics, the reason that Lex Luthor never figured out that Clark was Superman was because he disrespects Clark to the point where you don't pay attention. All of y'all hating on Hawkeye are pretty much assuring that he survives the apocalypse because it's like, I will destroy focus on Captain America. That's just Hawkeye. And focus on Thor. Thor is it's just Hawkeye. You know,
tired of them too. That's all it is.
Can we just go in and say they wrote him that way because they wanted it to be that way?
Well, they're also pushing a new show.
Because there would be more of a fight. Because there would be more of a fight if there was a Strange here, or if there was a Thor here, or if there was a Black Panther or a Blue Marvel or anyone else, there would be more of a fight. So it's like, all right, let's get Hawkeye. All right, no. But not only Hawkeye, let's take one of his arms off. Let's come on, man. And I know he got what you're saying
there.
I know he got all the stones.
I get what you're saying there, but narratively speaking, All right, especially with the tradition of Marvel Comics since 1963, the one person that's always outmatched and survives everything wasn't there. And I'm talking about Peter freaking Parker. Spider-Man survives everything. All like, what was he doing in Secret Wars? Who cares? He survived. What was he doing in Infinity Gauntlet? Who cares? Spider-Man lives. That's what he does. And he wasn't there on this one. So they gave it to Clint and Natasha. And I'm like, all right, they gave it to Clint and Natasha. That's just what they're going to do.
Hannibal has arrived.
I have to apologize for my tardiness. I was going around the multiverse, as you can see, and I may have gotten my franchises mixed up. I'm sorry. But I was trying to research why Infinity Stones could suddenly work somewhere that wasn't their home universe.
Thank you.
I was having.
We wasn't bringing that up yet. We wasn't bringing that up.
I was going to hold that. I was going to hold
that. Too soon. I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, I was going to hold it. Go ahead. But Hannibal, Hannibal, let me give us your general feelings on the episode. How are you feeling about it?
The very first thing my brain said when I was watching this episode was, I really miss James Spader. I really miss because while the dude that they had was the dude who did the Red Skull in, I think, Infinity War Endgame, and he's fine, but he's not funny. James Spader can say almost anything, and it's super engaging and super entertaining. So that was the first thing. Yeah. But then somebody pointed out to me, they already spent a lot of money on Chris Hemsworth, the state of Chadwick. They blew a lot of the voice budget. So James Spader may have been asking a little bit much.
They had everybody in the episode before. Yeah. And it's not like they get the budget checks episode by episode. They get one lump sum for the season.
Exactly. So I can concede that point. I can concede that point, despite the fact that I love watching James Spader, and I'm looking forward to the next season of Blacklist on Netflix in October. But anyway, so
you're looking down. Did you keep notes?
Oh, I have copious notes. Don't you know who I am? Come on,
hang on. I'm getting comfortable now. All right, I'm getting into this.
Once I got past that, then I really I don't care about Hawkeye. I don't care about Black Widow. I don't care about whoever. There's two people fighting. Sure, whatever. I don't care which ones they are. It could have been Cap and Spidey. It could have been Okoye and Nakia. I don't care. It's not really important to me. But like Solar said, they do have a new show to push. It's going to be Christmas with Hawkeye, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So,
I see that.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm like, okay, you're pushing your material. I'm not mad at it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm just saying I don't really care about them. I'm gonna watch it.
Well, I'm interested in the new Hawkeye.
You might come New Year's.
A better shot. If
I turn around, I'll be the first person to apologize to you.
I respect that. And as somebody who's done a lot of podcasts in cars, I respect you. So I was trying to rush, trying to get back here. But my biggest problem when I'm watching this was that my brain was trying to reconcile what I'm seeing in What If with what I just saw in Loki and what I know about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That Infinity Gems are native to a universe. Now, there has been a kind of wiggle done for this to make Infinite Ultron work, I guess.
Wiggle?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of it.
That was a whole belly dance, bro. That wasn't a wiggle.
I'm not happy, Solar. I'm not gonna act like I'm going along with it. I'm saying it happened, and if I stay mad about it, I'm gonna just be complaining.
It's gonna ruin everything.
Exactly. I gotta roll with the fact that under certain specific story-related reasons, Infinity Gems are gonna work outside their home universe, which contradicts which the explanation that people did was that He Who Remains created a pocket with the TVA where they wouldn't work. But otherwise, doop-a-doop, take your stones anywhere they want. They're willy-nilly, doop-a-doop. And you can have 2 space stones in one universe. You can have 4 power stones. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Have fun.
As long as we're doing headcanon, I can keep the one where Reed Richards is wrong. I'm fine with that.
I know that one from the comic books, and they decided, nope, comic books are not cinematic. We're going a different way because we feel like it, because we want to have Kill Panther as a cameo when we do Multiverse of Madness. I'm calling it. But so once I got past those 2 concerns, and it wasn't easy for me to do so, I was able to enjoy the episode. I did note it was written by the same guy who wrote my favorite 2 episodes, which was Panther, Star-Lord, and Killmonger takes Wakanda. The same dude wrote this episode, so I was like, oh, okay, he's okay. He's doing some stuff that's enjoyable enough. I think
I'm starting to think that you're a fan of Black Panther. I'm not. I don't want to jump to conclusions.
I'm a fan of Wakanda. Again, I've said that T'Challa is the greatest failure in the royal line, but I'm a fan of Wakanda. I'll put it that way.
All right.
I disagree. I think there's room to disagree on that one.
Who's the worst Panther? Who?
Well, it's not that it depends on what you're grading it on, and also what he's gone up against. You got
I will put it this
like
way.
The other kings and or queens may or may not have gone up against what he had to go up against.
In the entire history of Wakanda, how many Panthers have let Wakanda successfully be invaded, both cinematically and in comics? The answer is one.
It's not like T'Challa has the control over that. It's the guy with the pen who gonna make that happen all the time.
Because trust me, if they were writing T'Challa the way they let people do whatever they want to do with Batman, this would have never happened. Let's be for real. It's all about the writing.
But as the rap song says, it's African calling black man. You're not gonna let him get away with that. So
I don't know. I'm saying if and it's easy to say that T'Challa is the worst ruler, but we don't know the historic documents, and T'Challa is the only Black Panther that's had to go against Atlantis and Latveria
and the Illuminati to a certain degree.
Can I throw in something that's not exactly related to this exactly too much, but just shout out to it's a book. It's called The Tales from Wakanda. It's actually a novel by several different creators. If you all like Hannibal Taboo, like here, who loves Wakanda, that book has a lot of stories about different kings, queens, and stories related to Wakanda. Shout out to Milton Davis. He actually is one of the writers on it. So I just want to say,
Milton Davis, what up?
Yeah, so he actually wrote T'Chaka, a story, I think, on T'Chaka. So, that's wheelhouse if you Milton Davis.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you saying that, because we actually know a lot about lots of kings. We actually know about kings who fought off invasions from entirely different worlds, phoenixes fighting along. We know all kinds of things about Black Panthers.
Okay.
And only one of them lost. Only one.
I shall concede. Concede.
Now peep this. But Tyler Bennett came through and said, they embarrassed my boy Thanos. And with that said, I wanna highlight a statement. I put the link in the chat to statement from the one and only Jason Reeves.
Okay.
He says, if Deadpool cut Thanos in half, it would have been just as implausible, but at least it might have been funny. I mean, where were the Ginsu beams in Infinity War, Vashon? Strawberry watermelon starburst duo looking so wouldn't bust a grape in a food fight, but I'm supposed to believe he murking Thanos in one shot. Get out of here.
He makes a very good point. Jason makes a very good point. And the ultimate reason why, I hate to say ultimate here, but the ultimate reason why that our Vishon was, what is swag if not drip enduring? Why he was that way was because our Vision is a hero, and Ultra Vision, as they're calling him or whatever online, is a murderous, relentless lunatic who's not going to talk, who's not going to have a conversation with you. He's like, yo, I'm murking people off the bat.
I'm seeing it's a difference. Yeah.
Is it possible that Thanos, was it too fast for him to possibly maybe use the stones to protect himself against that? Or is Thanos, should be strong enough to be able to take that? I don't know.
Bro.
I mean,
he makes a good point, because in the original Infinity Gauntlet book, Thanos wasn't fast enough to stop the Silver Surfer from grabbing the doggone thing off of his hand.
Mm-hmm.
There's many instances where people who do not use the omniscience available in the Infinity Gauntlet to its ultimate extent. So the fact that Thanos walking up with 5 gems was not ready for Ultra Vision to be like, yo, dog, I'm going down with this.
Yeah. And in all honesty,
I agree with Jason that it's hard to swallow.
I don't know. See, it's I guess it's because I run so many role-playing games, and I've seen so many times when people have their characters decked out to the max with resurrection gems, armor of infinite plot, just everything that they got. And then they're like, oh man, I should have done this after the fact.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now in truth,
Thanos like to run his mouth too. So
yeah, I mean,
like,
in all honesty,
make you bow to me.
I mean, as as I keep renaming the shows, what if a bad guy in a comic book series was painfully efficient? I was took by surprise when he's like, aha, I have now saved the world. Everything is peace. And Thanos comes in, he's like, oh, fascinating. Slice, plop, fall, purple Play-Doh. What are these? You know, I'm just kind of going, as a viewer, as sitting out here from behind the fourth wall, super omniscient, I'm going, well, I didn't see that coming. And if I'm saying that as an audience member, can you imagine what the character of Thanos would have gone through?
Okay. What if? I just enjoyed it. Thanos, like, you did, like, we had 10 years of this man. Slice him up in two. This is what if. Do whatever the hell you go do. Do something.
Yeah. So
and then we got to get on. We got to get on to the fight with the Watcher, of course. Which was the one where, like I said,
I have been waiting 32 years for that big-headed, quiet voyeur to flex.
Yo, homie said, like early in the episode, he said, "Do not let the robe fool you." All right. He said, "Look, you're like, look, I try to be peaceful, but if I got to, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna throw down."
Yeah, we straight up had some Billy D. Williams in the 1970s come out like, I do not understand all that. You don't have the will to stop me. Don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Don't ever interrupt that man's monologue. That man was talking, wrapping up the episode. And he looked around, he was like, what?
Because he was like, word, cool, everybody dead, it's nice and quiet out here. He was like, hold on, what?
I'm just gonna be honest. Making the Watcher a black man is so refreshing.
Hey, you know what? He's doing a lot more in this than he does in Bond. I can say that much.
It just makes another level to me.
I will say that given the Watcher's multiversal kind of perspective, when he came out with blast from my hand, blast from my hand, blast from my hand, I'm like, I would like a little more flavor. You know, wrap him in a pocket universe. Put him, Black Mercy him. Do something interesting. You know, blast, blast, blast. I get you. And ultimately, he had to go to somebody. He had to go to the
bruh. You were sounding exactly like I do when I'm complaining about the power cosmic.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, because
I'm agreeing.
He is essentially like a cosmic level. Like, no, he's like a multiversal power. So
fighting Infinity Stone should have been easy for him.
Yeah, he should have been able to give a little bit more strength, but maybe you know, he is the Watcher. You know, he don't really get to hit the gym a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, like he used to box Golden Glove, but it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. He's a little rusty.
Sick of you right now.
He a little rusty. You know what I'm saying? So he still know the moves, but it's been a while since he pinned somebody on the mat. So it's
been you know, rusty. I agree.
So he a little rusty.
Yeah, I agree 100%. He has been sitting up, like, you know, those of us who are deep cut comic fans know why the Watchers watch. We also know how long they've been watching.
Yep.
We don't know how long their lifespan is. So it's like, you know, he literally is the cop from Die Hard. You know, so he's sitting up going, my people shot a kid.
Johnson.
Yeah, you know, seriously. I mean, he's literally sitting up like, you know, I shot a kid, I did all that stuff. And unlike the ending in Die Hard, it's not like his aim was going to be that precise. You know, this dude comes through going, he's coming through like Clubber Lang. And Ultron Vision is coming through like Clubber Lang in Rocky 3. And Vision and the Watcher, sorry, too many eye metaphors. Vision, Watcher.
You're working on it. Come on.
You know, sitting up going, whoa, I wasn't planning for this. Oh, I should have packed a lunch. Oh man, he hits hard. And, all right, no, that's cool. Now I got to put on my power suit. You know?
Yeah, he was like
Carl Weathers in Action Jackson. He's like, man, now you done pissed me off.
Can we get some fan art of Reginald Vell Johnson as the Watcher now? Because I'm really, really excited about that. I'm really excited about that.
And see it now.
All right. Now, real quick,
that would
Jenna
make,
James.
That would make Jaleel White Deadpool, and I don't want to see that.
Oh no!
All right, check. Jenna James says, "Would this particular Ultron right here, be able to take down the baddest version of Brainiac?"
Of who?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. Brainiac at his height never got any cosmic powers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think easily. Yeah, Brainiac, even though I think is a great villain that hasn't really been used to his fullness, you know what I'm saying?
Your little dude got my hammered over there. I feel it.
So
great job, little guy.
You know, it's
my hero.
Yeah, that's right. Tell him. So, yeah, Brainiac, even though I don't think he's been used well or basically at all in the films, but I don't think he messes with this Ultron at all. I don't think he.
Not.
I can't even say not even close. We are literally comparing American football to Australian drunken rugby on this point, okay? Because again, I love Brainiac, and the only time I've ever seen Brainiac done to the potential that I imagine him at was in the one DC direct-to-video movie where he was played by Denethor and Walter from Fringe. You know, he is an intimidating strategist and all that stuff, but this particular Ultron, okay, let's face it, their computing power has been pretty much right on, but it's the Solar's problem with Marvel, which is phenomenal cosmic power with very little description, so it can do what the writers want. So we're talking Ultron, who in my opinion is kind of a carbon copy of Brainiac, who's powered by Silver Age Superman, you know, and that's
powered by the Silver Age Century.
Huh?
He's powered by the Silver Age Century.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, not the Century, the Spectre. Sorry, Spectre.
Yeah, Silver Age Spectre. Like, you know, what can you do? Well, what do the writers need me to do? We haven't defined this stuff. You know, I mean, if you want little Ultron to shoot a pocket-sized version of Ultron out of his hand to do the fighting for him, you know, that is essentially what you got there. And Brainiac has never been pushed to that level of power. So to answer the question, would Ultravision be able to go toe-to-toe with Brainiac? No, he can't.
Now, speaking again about Ultron,
that's like asking if my 5-year-old cousin can go toe-to-toe with LeBron on the freaking court. You know, because
maybe he got handles. Maybe he can handle.
Not at 5. Not at 5.
All right, so
yeah,
I do have this question from Tyler. He says something to the extent of, you know, Ultron isn't that smart. We're just that predictable. Where do you think that line is? Do you think Ultron is just like super duper smart? He's so intellectual and or is it just that he's like, look, I've went through all of your files. I know what y'all do. I've seen all your battles. I know what you do. So I only have to be but so smart because I know the moves you like to fall back on. Like
I think yes. I think yes.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I think Tyler is right on this one, that he's smart, but he's also Ultron's looking for the most efficient way to kill you. So if you're going to kill yourself, he's just going to use what he got. The data is.
I got to disagree with the whole premise of the question.
Okay.
Because measuring the intelligence on this level of the question is an unfair comparison because it is not calculating the factor of the megalomania. Okay. Whether or not Ultron is smart or super smart or we're ultra predictable, his intelligence and his plans have got to go through the filter that he has already decided that he knows it all. So it doesn't matter how smart he is. It doesn't matter how fast he can process the information, because that information will always be stopped with his preconceived notion. Well, and with that, it makes it impossible to measure.
I will say, and this also ties into the Brainiac question, that for him to have spent literally a second and a half absorbing the entire internet and say, yeah, all these people have got to go, does say that he has a certain intelligence higher than most of us. I will.
Yes.
So with that in mind, when he was faced with what's called an outside context problem, which is where this is the circumference of his understanding of things, and the Watcher is something from outside of that, he immediately jumped to it and adapted. He was like, okay, you're new. Let me try to kill you this way. Not working. Let me try to kill you this way. Whereas Brainiac, as we've seen recently in the Superman 89 series that's out right now, and where we've seen even to the level of Brainiac 5, who's multiple levels beyond the original Brainiac in the Legion of Superheroes, they do not accumulate, wield, synthesize, or attack with the same type of vigor, with the same type of intensity, nor with the same type of creativity. And I say this having seen Ultron eat Hank Pym in the comic books universe and learn how to, go all out. So with those things in mind, it's not just that we're predictable, because we are super predictable, but that the megalomania that Solar talks about is also kind of focus. It's also, I'm not going to stop until I murder you completely. And sometimes that's fast, like the Thanos walkthrough. And sometimes that's, let's beat you through several different continuities, like the Watcher. Let's beat the wheels off of you through entire universes while they're taking pictures of it and trying to figure out what's going on. Because believe me, there's some social media posts from those universes that you want to see.
Can I say, let's go say this before I go, because I actually got to run back to this pop. I did enjoy it. I loved it. Shout out to Jeffrey Wright. I really loved his fear and terror. And we, like Mike say, get your hands off my robes. Let me armor up, have a whole anime transformation sequence, and shoot out. And I was rooting for the Watch. I was like, come on. It's like rooting for your old uncle who got hands. He just ain't got it no more. Like, don't let him roll up on you like that. No. And then he
like, come on, Unc, you can do it.
But
that hurt my feelings.
Like, I love what he had to do, and when he realized he needs to break his oath. That's all I got to say. And I'm gonna let y'all gentlemen take it. I'm gonna quit being rude while I hope my pop up. Believe it or not, the moment I jump on here, this is when I get to inquiries. Go figure.
Yo, man. Get out there and check out the Blerdish podcast.
And Blerdish, the link for Blerdish is down below, guys, so you can check out all this stuff from the site, from shirts to books to all that.
Yep. I'm gonna be everywhere in October.
Speaking of having the peace out. Speaking of having that I know an older gentleman who says, I keep mine on me because I can't roll around with these young guys all day. All right. So
why you gotta be quoting me like this, Mike?
Quoting you? I thought he was quoting me.
Oh man, so
let's say he's quoting our generation and older.
Because he's an older gentleman. He's in his 60s. He's like, look.
Oh yeah, that beats me.
He like, look, I might have 2 minutes for you, but I ain't got all day. So that's why we found out Watcher had a little weapon in the tuck. Because Watcher could have been like, all right, man, you dead, just go and die or whatever. But he was like, nah, let me go, just in case. They keep this little weapon in the tuck. And the only thing is, he had to kind of, it's not like he went to him with strength. He had to like kind of crawl to him a little bit, like he was a little bit weak. And then even Dr. Strange was like, interesting, huh? Need some help. Remember when I needed some help?
Yeah. Now, Steve, y'all gave me crap because that was my favorite episode of the series so far.
I still don't like it.
This is my favorite ending.
I do like this ending. I do like the way it came through.
It literally was like, say it. Oh man, you want to hear me say it? I'm bored. Yep. And I'm like, help me, Mr. Big Head Man on the edge of my perception. And you like, nah, you made your bed, now lie in it. And now you come here. They'll remember that? Remember when I came to you and I'm like, brother, help me. And
help
he
me,
said,
please.
I say, brother, help me, please.
On the other hand, and you're right, Solar's right about every bit of this. But on the other hand, the Watcher could say, well, I could just leave you in that little hole of a universe trying to figure out how to conjure up a hot pocket. Or
he could, but
or I can let you out.
What we don't know is how long Dr. Strange had been there, if he had learned to conjure hand puppets, if he had made peace with stuff. you know, because it's not like when the Watcher showed up and Tentacle Strange was like, "Oh, what are you doing here? Anger, 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 anger." He's like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm glad to visit. Let me guess, you need my help. Come on, I want to hear you say it. Come on, come on." Come on,
Man,
just admit that you don't know everything, and then I'll buy you a hot pocket, and I'll give you a little cocoa. I'll put a little blanket on you. You know,
a little blanket on you.
Just tell
Hot
Uncle
Pocket and
Stephen
Cocoa
what's
sounds
going
terrible
on.
together. I'm gonna just say that sounds terrible together.
You know, you know. I mean, literally, Doctor Strange in that one was reminding me of Wanda Sykes in Pootie Tang during the all is lost moment. It's like, oh, come on, Pootie.
Everything's out of control once we start to quote Pootie Tang. Everything's going off the rails.
Pootie Tang is, if you're able to reference Pootie Tang in any show, there's something good about that show, but then something is going obviously wrong.
Horribly wrong, yes.
I'm just saying that was a good all is lost moment where it was like, yeah, you got out there and you got turned out. That's okay. I'm gonna take it to my house in the country. That's right. Yeah, probably gonna eat your soul too. You know, that kind of thing.
Like,
and but yeah, I was loving that because I've been reading What If comics my whole life, and there are a couple of points that were brought up that I saw in a couple of places that I do want to bring up and address on this episode. But with the Watchers, I know why they made the oath. You know, I get their prime directive, as it were. Okay, I get why they just go through the universe with the TARDIS. I understand. I know the trope. But they ain't gotta be so damn smug about it.
They are smug.
You know, and they're, I mean, man, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are the monitors from DC, which is the DC pastiche. And they almost corner the market on smug if you don't look at Time Lords. But, you know, so when Steven's like, yeah, I want to hear you say it. I'm like, yeah, take that little smug dude. Because it was like, oh man, everything's messed up. I finally came to my senses. I've been stupid. Help me. No, live in a gem. And so now, you know, I mean, the way that the Watcher answered the hubris and the smugness of Dark Strange, when he shows up, it was like, oh yeah, we ain't so high and mighty, huh? Always a bigger fish. And you know I'm gonna help you. Of course I'm gonna help you. And at my heart of hearts, I'm a good man. And I'm gonna help you because this sucks and I don't want it for anybody else. But I just want to make sure we're equals, right? Like we doing this as partners, not with your big head.
I can see you on that.
You know?
I can see you on
That's
that.
fair.
And then,
that's all fair.
So let's, because he's still in the Watcher's still fighting himself on like, I can't help. And when they're looking for Arnim Zola, he's like, it's right there. It's right there. Like, here's the thing. Now, I know you can't interfere. And in the comics, Watcher has interfered
a lot.
He's
he was introduced
before.
to the Fantastic Four.
Here they try to make it seem like it's like they never do
everything.
But couldn't you just like, I'm not saying you have to interfere, but like, could you just like nudge the foul box just a little? This not a full interference.
Ask me why. Because the Watchers of all people invented body cams. Because the second he nudges that box out, even a little bit, the Watcher Council, the Watcher in Internal Affairs Department gonna show up and be like, now Uatu, now Uatu, you know that you're not supposed to put your finger on this box from Universe 616. What are you doing? And I'm sorry, we're gonna have to call you in on another report. We're gonna put this is gonna affect your annual review and your
demerit.
And that is what I wanted to bring up in this one. I was watching a reaction video, and the person doing it asked that one question. Actually asked two questions, and I'm like, I didn't think about that. And I didn't really, and I don't care enough because, But the question that they did bring up was, where are the rest of the Watchers? Where's his crew?
I know that.
You know, because there's a whole bunch of Watchers, and somebody breaking into the Watcher dimension going, this is a real nice watchtower. Be ashamed if something happened to it. The rest of them should have been there going, nah, you ain't supposed to be here. Like, if you look at any other multiversal force that does all that, it's a sad day when I can look at a Disney property and say Clive Barker did it better. Because you do that with a Cenobite. Be like, hey, Pinhead, that's a nice thing. You got 7 other leather-clad monster people going, hey, and there was nobody.
I know the answer.
The Watcher is literally getting punched. No, Watcher is getting punched in the face in ways that we were afraid to so much that we never questioned our parents. And where is he was being slapped like he talked back to his mama. And sure enough, where's the rest of the big heads?
I know the answer to that. The answer to that is, well, first of all, each Watcher is set to watch a set of universes. They have like a beat, like the way a cop would have a beat. I hate to keep using that metaphor, but it is what it is. So the Uatu has, say, for instance, 610 through 720, right? Those are his beats, right? And he's got a little watchtower with his little snacks and his little bowl of goodies or whatever, and his drinks. And
his little bathroom over there.
Exactly, and he watches over the universe and he writes it all down. There's a chronicle that he writes, and he has to send that report to the main office. He don't work at the main office. He don't live at the main office. The main office is in another dimensional plane. So, for example, if you roll in your Ultimate Ultron from, say, I don't know, universe 704, and you crack open and start boxing and messing stuff up, right? Imagine if you're at some skyscraper in downtown LA, right? And you're on the 3rd floor punching somebody through their mama's face on the 3rd floor, but the executives are up on the 15th floor. It's going to take them a while to figure that out. I know that because I've punched somebody on the 3rd floor of a building, and it did take a while for the people on the 15th floor to figure it out.
It breaks my heart that multiversal dimensional fiction is still affected by real world bureaucracy.
Hannibal was like, all right, if I start this fight, security won't be here for another 3 or 4 minutes.
Exactly.
So I got a little
I timed it out.
It's going to take a while for somebody to call the front desk or security or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
the rest of his boys at the cubicle farm are going, all right, we got 3 minutes, set your clock.
Because it's going to take a while for you to call security. Then security is going to have to get the call, get off of their smoke break, swipe the badge to get back in the building, then come upstairs.
Yeah. Well, you got Don Cheadle downstairs and the janitorial thing cutting the power to the building, and George Clooney is talking to somebody, and Brad Pitt is somewhere, and
the whole hustle. Boy. You know the whole hustle now. Yeah.
So it's like it takes a while for it to get around.
Because again, that was my big thing. I'm like, man, all this, because from what I remember in the Watchers or in the What If comics and a lot of the Marvel comics, as soon as Uatu steps up, you know what? That answers my question. Because I don't think this Watcher is Uatu. And Uatu interferes the most. So if the rest of the Watchers are going, man, stop talking to that stretchy dude. Okay. I know his wife is hot, but just leave him alone. Just keep watching. I don't care. Then they didn't have the head power to be with this Watcher that we're watching.
His wife smelled like fish sticks. Just saying.
Terrible. And I know I hate on the Fantastic Four a lot. I've got very mixed feelings, but again, that Watcher interfered all the time. As far as like nudging the box, I'm not gonna lie, this is my favorite ending of any of the episodes that we've gone through, but it also had the moment that I thought was the most fun. Growing up in the hood, I went to hood movie theaters, and it's so nice to see on screen a character acting like the audiences that I grew up with. Go, no, it's that one. It's that, no, come on. Oh, what you doing sitting down? Man, I
don't give up. All right, so I guess lastly, I want to touch on Arnim Zola. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since we've seen him.
Been a while.
Good old Arnim.
Zola.
I thought it was kind of a good play for them to go, since we're not going to do the kind of like go back in time twice, because actually if we want to follow strictly, we go back in time once and still screw it up. So then we got to go back in time again. And then, but in this one, picking another AI to fight against this one is, I guess, the best they got. If everyone else is dead, if these are the only two people left alive on Earth, I guess it's all they got.
Well,
because they play it like there's no one else alive on Earth, just them two. So
no, I'm with that. And
this is their best
Hail
shot.
Mary. Yeah, I get the Hail Mary, but I think it could have been written a little better because it was like, no, he took over every digital system, blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking digital. I'm talking analog. And I'm like, too many people know too much about computers knowing that if it was going to be Armanzola against Ultron, Armanzola would have to take over 2/3 of the Ultron drones just to talk to Ultron.
Yes.
You know, we went digital for a reason. It wasn't like the Betamax and VHS thing. Analog takes more, like analog and punch cards. The computers that all three of us are using right now would take up an entire room. Actually, for what we're doing right now, it would take up a building. So you don't want to use analog when it comes to that kind of thing. But outside of me, yeah, I know. Again, that's why it's a Hail Mary. And that's why I say it could have been done better. It could have been, it needed a couple more drafts. With that.
I will say I agree with you, Mike, that this was all they had. You know, this was a battle that, frankly, Clint and Natasha were ill-suited to fight. They're not the best qualified people to accomplish this. They're not smart enough. They don't have enough resources. They don't have enough
gosh
skill.
darn it, people don't like them enough.
Yeah, we just don't. But we just don't.
But also
care enough.
Yeah, and also, so yeah, this was the best play that they had. But and I say this to the same people who are, you know, flying Confederate flags and Nazi flags. If you're going to pick somebody who loses all the time, then don't send them in to win when you need to win. Because literally, Armanzola has never beaten anybody. He's the you know
he's kind of a weasel.
He's the strange leotard wrestler whose name you never know that comes out to wrestle the actual star while you're waiting for a good match to come on. That's who he is. He's a jobber. He's a lifetime jobber who has never beat anybody. So,
I think that is the cruelest thing I've ever heard you say, bro.
And you should hang around more because this is me just getting warmed up.
But, man, it's like Armanzola is like Kid Dynamite Blondie Head. That's the thing. Kid Dynamite Blondie Head.
Like, and now coming down is Bob Johnson. He's like, so if you're bringing Bob Johnson, the lifetime wrestling jobber, to beat a world-class Ultron, then you already know you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
you're in a lot of trouble.
It literally
because basically, I mean,
he's the actual human spider against Macho Man Randy Savage. You know, not Spider-Man, the human spider. He showed up the next night after Uncle Ben got killed.
And E. Burrinson said, just like a Russian spy, an American ex-criminal, to bring a gun and a bow to a universe obliterating powers fight.
Hey, if that's all you got.
That's all they got.
Fair, white privilege has gotten them a long way. They've done a lot on that. So, you know, look, they may have figured they could have gotten through it.
I like watching the two people on the Avengers with no powers actually get a little moment in the sun. If we really wanted to go, all right, there is no way or this is stupid, it could have been the Purple Man and Batroc the Leaper. I mean, real talk.
I would love to see that. Oh my God, I would love that. That'd be amazing.
You know, I mean, I don't know you know, I'm the Purple Man, and I can take a hit a little less. Like the only man in the Marvel universe that takes a hit worse than Mysterio is the Purple Man, and it could have been him against Ultron's army. You know, and you know, so I would
love to see that. I want to see that draft. Fan art, please.
I thought they looked good as a team. I thought they worked well. And this is a question that I wanted to bring up earlier in the show, because everybody is giving Nat and Clint crap. And I'm like, all right, but that being the case, why is it that Batman and Green Arrow get a pass with the Justice League?
I don't give them a pass.
I don't give them a pass. I've always thought those guys were overrated. Like, and I mean, I think Batman looks cool.
You might want to rephrase that before you lose subscribers. Batman is not overrated. He never thought that Batman was overrated.
I've said Batman is overrated numerous times.
Batman beats up poor people while wearing fetish gear. Batman beats up poor people while wearing fetish gear. He's overrated.
Yeah, I'm not. I've never been scared of like, you know, the whole like the bat fetishist crew. I'm not. Do I think he looks cool? Yes. Do I think he's highly out of his league with the people that he's standing? Oh, no pun intended. But with the people he's standing beside.
He's not out of his league. It's his league.
Okay, Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter. He can phase through objects, read minds, like all around the world, like super strength, fly, all kinds of stuff.
He's Vision.
Superman.
Plus
Superman.
X,
we know his resume. Wonder Woman. We know her resume. The Flash. All these people, and I'm supposed to be like, oh yeah, this dude has a cool car. Like nah, I'm sorry.
Oh, this dude has the best superpower of all: money and white privilege. Yeah, sell it somewhere else.
Hey,
money.
You know what?
The guy who could have solved every problem in this city already.
Okay, see that's the whole thing. Like, I get the point of having non-powered people on a council of gods. You know, I get it. And I like to see their competence, and I also like to see their flaws. I think that's really good, which is why I don't give Hawkeye and Natasha crap. You know, I know a lot of people want to give Natasha crap, but she's hot, and this is comics, so there's a whole lot of that stuff going around. But you know, truth is, I think it's very important to have the closest thing these people got to regular people around to remind them that they're always a hair's breadth away from becoming tyrants. And don't get me wrong, Steve is good, you know, but
he can lift 700 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Clint's got a daughter, you know, and Clint's got a farm. And you know, Oliver was a little different.
Now the good thing is that Clint and Natasha they're not positioned as like leaders of the Avengers though, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I also,
you know, Batman's kind of positioned as like the leader of the Justice League, sort of.
I'm not here to attack Clint and Natasha. I'm here to attack Batman. I want to be very clear about that.
Friends, blurs, comic fans, lend me your ears.
Lend me your ears. He's just had the best creative team in the company. Any other character with that same creative team would be just as dope. Like, any other, he's always had the best creative team, writers and artists throughout his history. So you can give that team to anybody, and they'd be dope.
I can't argue that. I want some of those writers to be given to Aquaman. I want some of those writers to be given to Aquaman, and I definitely need better writers to be given to the Martian Manhunter.
Well, first of all, there is a better writer on Aquaman. Brandon Thomas has turned in a very interesting Aquaman book right now.
No, he has been killing it. He has been killing it.
I do want to give him his props there.
Yeah, he has been. He redeemed the Black Manta, and I'm like, cool. This is one of the coolest.
Chuck Brown on the Black Manta book right now? Huh? Isn't Chuck Brown doing that?
No, I said Black Manta.
I'm saying, but there's a Black Manta book right now. Isn't there a brother writing?
Oh, he has his own book. He has his own title now.
I did not know. I did not know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I be getting my indie on. I've kind of strayed from. I've kind of strayed a little bit.
I got my snacks and my drink and my big head, so I'm trying to look through all of it, you know. So.
But you're not wearing your robes, bruh.
So all right. Okay,
I'm bringing out the robes for y'all.
We do have one more episode this week coming. We got
season
Arnim Zola, who could at least maybe slow him down, and we got super like juiced up Doctor Strange on the way.
Strange Supreme,
Plus, we got Party Thor. Then we got Party Thor,
Captain Carter,
Party Thor. Unless Party Thor has already gotten beaten, because at the end of his episode we saw
that is a good.
So I assume he's been beaten. Maybe.
All right, let's get meta for a hot minute. If you've watched the trailers, you've seen him along with Captain Carter.
Oh, see, I don't watch the trailers for the next one. So,
either.
Yeah, the trailers have already spoiled that there's going to be a what if variant Avengers starring everybody that we've seen so far. Okay,
because they should have held that back.
It's Disney, it's Marvel. What are they gonna do? They gonna introduce a bunch of characters, bring them in at the end, and say, "Give me your subscription."
They still should have held that. They should have held that.
Yeah, that is what they do. And
they should have held that one back.
Yeah, no, I ain't mad.
I just want Party Thor to be protected at almost all costs. I love him. I love him. Party Thor, I'm with him all day.
Look, we are here. You know what I'm saying? We are here representing.
Exactly. I'm attacking Batman and supporting Party Thor. That's what I'm here to do.
You know what? Party Thor teaches us one universal lesson that was taught in The Critic back in 1993. And that is nobody can be cool in front of their parents. What's going on? Yo, stop the party. Yeah, my mama's coming home. What? Oh no, clean up.
Coming from someone who has begged people on 2 occasions that I can think of, please don't call my mom. Thor, that episode with Thor was correct. Like, look, don't call my mama. Right. Don't tell my mama. Please don't call my mama right now. Look, I apologize. I'm sorry. Don't call my mama.
NERDSoul Light, yo daddy's a good man. Because if he can only remember 2 times in his life where he's like, don't call my mom, then he was a very well-behaved boy.
Well, and that's how you can tell the difference because, yeah, I'm like, go on, call her. See what you're going to see what happens. See what happens.
Yeah, no, because I was Mr. Don't call my mama every third sentence. Like, no, don't call her. No, but I was more like Antonio Banderas in Desperado. Like, no, you don't want to call my mom. Well, she will raise this whole school. My mom got here. Everybody's on the table. I'm getting my butt kicked. Y'all getting your butt kicked. You, my teachers,
everybody,
you getting your butt kicked.
Everybody going down.
And who's gonna make the call? Because see, y'all gonna wake her up, and then she gonna come down here, and everybody's on the table.
That's why I was like, let me dial for you. Let me dial a number for you. I got you. No, let's do this. Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm everybody like, gonna work. Don't drop the nuke. Just send a couple of fighters. Or call my auntie.
Just send a couple
of cousin. My cousin's 10 years older than me. Don't call my mom. Please, like, real talk. I was caught ditching school in 1989. Okay. I was over at the USC Village playing at the arcade, and the cops came by, and I found myself handcuffed to the juvenile bench in the local precinct.
And I'm like, kill you.
And I'm just like, how long can you legally keep me here? Oh, we can only keep you for 72 hours, but we got to call your parents. I'm like, nah, just keep me. But just keep me. Because if you call my mom, she gonna end up here. Well, yeah, she's gonna pick you up. No, you don't get it. Because she gonna be here for murder.
Yeah.
Like,
nah, don't.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When they called my mama, she gave them the best answer I could have hoped for in that situation, which is no, keep him. And they did.
Oh, it's cold.
I'll give y'all the number. I'll dial it for you. Go on, call her. See what happens.
But yeah, so when I know we're talking about this latest episode, but in that last episode with Party Thor, and I'm down with Frost Giant Loki saying, I found this thing in St. Louis. Let's make a slingshot. I'm like, oh no, they didn't. But when it was like, wait, your mama coming? Yeah. All right. Do I leave or do I help you out?
Everybody was like,
because I don't want her coming.
Everybody was like,
well, no, they were like that until they realized, no, he means his mom. And they were like, oh,
girl, bye.
Oh, yeah.
The Frost Giants were like, girl, bye.
Yeah. No, they stuck around because it's like if we leave him flapping in the wind, she gonna come for us too. Because the way they write Frigga is very much like a black mom, which is slap. I told you not to be out there. Yeah, don't be disobeying your mom. Slap. You was driving. That's what she's like.
Oh man. So guys, that's pretty much it. That's the episode in a nutshell. That's how we're feeling about it. Hey, look, next week. They've already let you know what's going to happen next week. I would have held that one, but Disney, Disney, they got a good date.
This is the formula. This is the great big CGI fight at the end.
So the only difference is that this whole thing is CGI, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah,
but it's well animated. I do think that the lip syncing is a lot better as the season has gone on.
Yes.
And the action sequences are cool. So, I mean, that's a good thing. So before we get out of here, down in the bottom square, he's not only super fast, but he also has the power of the god of thunder. That's right, Hannibal Taboo.
What's good? You can check me out every week. My reviews are on bleedingcool.com. On Clubhouse, I do comic books this week with Dr. Stanford Carpenter reviewing comics. You can also hear me on the It's the iHeartRadio podcast, Nerdorama with Mo and Tawala. False Flag Friday is free on operative.net, content that you can read with illustrations by DeMar Douglas all throughout the fall. And November 24th, please pick up Project Wildfire in comic book stores everywhere. Thank you.
Word up. And right over here, Solar Gray.
Hey. Solar Gray, the cinematic sorcerer. You can catch me a myriad of ways, but the most reliable ones would be twitch.tv/BID_P Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific. Specifically for y'all on the East Coast, hit me up before dinner. And you can find the archives here on YouTube under Solar Gray. Like, subscribe, more to the point, share.
Yes.
We are on a whole different mission, and you will find us next, I believe next Saturday morning or the one after that, at twitch.tv/BID_P on Warp Tumblr's Dark Matter, where you guys can see all this role-playing stuff that I talk about in action. All right, live action show, playing in real time, where y'all can be like, man, that was all messed up. No, don't go in there. Why are they rolling dice? Wait, dice has more than 6 sides? Y'all want to know? Tune in, do all that stuff. And because I do this every episode to help my boy out, if you're watching this right now, thumbs up, like, subscribe, share. And if you don't like what we're talking about here on NERDSoul, subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you can yell at us in real time. I'm saying, if you're going to do that, do that, but go all the way,
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. So with that said, NERDSoul, guys, go on and subscribe, share all that stuff. We're trying to get to 10K by the end of the year. Is it impossible? No.
Nah.
Is it going to be hard? Maybe, but not if you share it to all your folks. And you know the deal. You know what I'm saying? Your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your cousin, you know what I'm saying? Your homies, all of that.
We ain't asking you to go door to door. We ain't selling Amway.
We ain't even cursing. I don't think.
What I want you to do, I want you to treat my YouTube channel like a multi-level marketing scheme. All right. I want you to open up your phone.
No.
I want you to open up your phone.
Text turn to sour now. Turn to sour.
Yeah.
Turn to sour.
Hey guys, you look smart.
You know what, chat? I know we ain't talked since high school, but I found this new YouTube channel, and since then I've been so filled with energy, I'm hardly feeling any pain.
I never feel any pain anymore.
I feel like Padme in Revenge of the Sith now. Where you're going, I cannot follow. I can't.
Oh man, you can send my YouTube channel and then send them like a packet of like some kind of like Kool-Aid juice or whatever that's gonna make you healthy. All that you can send that. But anyway,
Kool-Aid don't make you healthy.
Podcast for listening, Spotify for that music, NERDSoul everywhere. Go on and share it. Be good. Until next time, it's from us to you saying thank you for watching. We got PL and Arcatron. Peace. We out. And look, I'm telling you, all right, if you share this, you won't be mad about it. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be sharing it and you're gonna be like, man, I feel so good. I feel invigorated. I don't know why I feel so much better. Because you did something right, man. You did something right.
I'm saying if you don't like what you see here, you should be showing your friends. Can you believe what these fools said?
Yep.
I love it.
So anyway, we out. Peace.
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. We still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grind together, we all came from Hunger.